Good evening everyone. I am your GS mentor Nitish Kumar Patra, and today we are here for the discussion session for the ASO High Court previous year questions. So the main motive of the previous year's questions is to gauge the questions whenever we come through lots of questions in our day-to-day preparation. So when we study the previous year questions, we get to know that what is the fundamental questions that are being put by the examiner, and we should judge that questions and record ourselves on that basis. So we will start today for the 2023 previous year question for the ASO High Court. So the first question is, moonlighting, which was seen in the news, is related to which field? Okay, so here the options are space science, employment, psychology and finance. Okay, so you see that space science, employment, psychology and finance. So please answer this question. Okay, let me. The answer is employment. You know about the gig workers. Okay. This is the answer of this question is employment. Okay. You see, the answer of the question is employment. You know about the gig workers. Okay, this is about the part-time workers, contractual workers. Okay, this is not illegal in India, but it is prohibited by many of the contracts in the companies. Okay, so the answer here is employment. Moonlighting, which is related to employment. Okay, we will go to the next question. Next question is, which company was awarded the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway project? The question is, which company was awarded the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway project? Okay, the answer here is Dilip Buildcon company. This is an infrastructure company. Okay, this is a company that is related to the infrastructure sector. Okay, right now the national infrastructure pipeline has been issued and lots of infrastructure companies are being awarded the tenders for the infrastructural projects. So the infrastructural projects are booming in this country. That is what this is about. So the expressway. So now we will discuss some related topics about it, like the longest national highway. Okay, the longest national highway is NH 44. That is from where? That is from the NH 44 runs through Srinagar to Kanyakumari. Okay, and the shortest highway, that is in Karnataka. Okay, and if we talk about the highway that is from east to west, which is the longest one, is NH 27. Okay, so these are few important things that is related to this question. That is NH 44, this is the longest one. Okay, and NH 27, this runs through the east and west of the country, India. Okay, NH 44 and NH 27. So we will go to the next question now. The next question is, which is the new location of the Uttarakhand High Court as of 2022? Which is the new location for the Uttarakhand High Court for the 2022? As we know, the answer is Nainital. Sorry. Okay, the answer is Nainital. So we will go through some few important things, that is like the Lakshadweep High Court. Okay, let it be there. Lakshadweep High Court. Okay, the High Court for Lakshadweep, where is it? This is a union territory, you know. The High Court is in Kerala. Okay. And for the Andaman Nicobar Island, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. This is also union territory, you know. So tell me the High Court that has been awarded the jurisdiction of the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, the answer is Calcutta High Court. Calcutta High Court. In the same manner, you know, the Assam High Court, that is in Guwahati. Okay. The Assam High Court. Assam High Court has the jurisdiction of 4 states. What? 4 states. Okay. The jurisdiction, Assam High Court has the jurisdiction of 4 states, that is the northeastern states, and those are Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh. What are those? Assam itself, Nagaland, okay, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so when we talk about the question and the related information you are getting from here, okay, you can note this down and use the related informations in your upcoming exams. Okay, so the next is the Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Okay, Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Also the Daman and Diu. Okay, the High Court that has been awarded the jurisdiction of these UT. This is also related information to this question. Okay, what is the answer? The answer is Bombay High Court. Bombay High Court. Okay, so from this question we get lots of information and the previous information that has been written, that was being discussed. Okay, so you can use this information ahead. Next, we'll go to the next question now. Okay, the next question is, which union ministry awards the National Corporate Social Responsibility Awards, CSR awards? Sorry. Okay, CSR. What is this? Corporate Social Responsibility. Okay, what do you mean by this corporate social responsibility? You know that when a company or a production unit is established in some place, so there is loss to the land, okay, and it utilizes the water of that beneath the land. Okay, so also there is a term cause pollutions. Okay, so to compensate that loss, the companies are under the section 135 of the Companies Act. Let me okay, through the section, just a minute. Okay, the section 135 of the Companies Act 2013. Okay, it mandates for the what? It mandates for the corporate social responsibilities. Okay, and the award is given by which? The answer is the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Okay. Okay, we'll go to the next question now. Okay, the next question is the Panchayati Raj Divas in Odisha is celebrated on which day? The Panchayati Raj Divas in Odisha is celebrated on which day? You can know that this is related to Odisha. Okay, so many of these questions that are being framed by the ASO High Court examiners are related to, specifically related to the Odisha economic, Odisha current affairs, Odisha geography. So you need to take care of those things, and whenever you see any question regarding those things, you need to note that down. Okay, so the answer that has been here is what is the answer? The answer here is 5th March. Sorry. Okay, this is the question, and the answer here is 5th March. Okay, see, Odisha was one of the first states to implement the Panchayati Raj institutions in the country, but the first state which was promptly established the Panchayati Raj institution is Rajasthan. Rajasthan. Then, in which year it has been established? Do you know? In the year October 1959. Okay, and it is followed by Andhra Pradesh. Okay, in the same year, November 59. Sorry. Okay, so Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh were the first states to implement the Panchayati Raj institution before it has been constitutionalized, and we shall discuss some important topics related to this institutionalization of Panchayati Raj institution in the country. Okay, so the first is the committees. Okay, there are many committees that has been established by the government of India to rectify or revolutionize the mistakes and the upcoming solvency in the Panchayati Raj institutions. Okay, so let's suppose the Balwant Rai Mehta committee. Okay, this committee was formed by the government of India in 1984. For what purpose? To categorize or to see the Panchayati Raj institutions in levels. Okay, so there are many levels in which Panchayati Raj institution works. Okay, as we know, the Jilla Parishads, okay, the Panchayats and the Gram Panchayats. Okay, so let's suppose the 1984 Balwant Rai Mehta committee mandates for the 3-tier system in the country. 3-tier, okay, 3-tier Panchayati Raj. Panchayati Raj. Okay, the Balwant Rai Mehta committee, which was established in 1984, mandates for the 3-tier Panchayati Raj system in the country. Okay, so the next what we will discuss about is the Ashok Mehta committee. Okay, so the answer is 5th March. We shall do some few more information. We should collect some more information. Okay, that is the Ashok Mehta committee. Ashok Mehta Committee. Ashok Mehta Committee. Okay, the Ashok Mehta Committee in the year 1978. Okay, it mandated for the two-tier system. Two-tier system. Okay, the Ashok Mehta Committee in the year 1978 mandated for the two-tier system of Panchayati Raj functioning in the country, and the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, which was established in the year 1957. Okay, the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. Okay, in 1957. Okay, these committee mandated for their three-tier system, and these committee mandated for a two-tier system. At last, what has been done? The Gadgil Committee. Okay, the Gadgil Committee. Okay, in the year 1989, what it has done? It has mandated for the constitutionalization of the what? Constitutionalization of the Panchayati Raj institutions in the country, and after that, by the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act in 1992, okay, the Panchayati Raj institutions were constitutionalized. Understood? So this is the stages through which the Panchayati Raj institutions went through until it has been constitutionalized. In the year 1992, it was constitutionalized, and before this was not a constitutional body. Now it is a constitutional body. Okay. So the answer here is 5th March, and we should know what is the Panchayati Raj Divas Day in the national level. That is the 24th April. 24th April. So you can see that we are simultaneously discussing the questions, and regarding the same topic we are collecting some more information that will help you in the exams. Okay, so we will go to the next question now. And the next question is, the Road Transport and Highway Ministry announced, okay, the Road Transport and Highway Ministry announced the scrap all government vehicles older than how many years? Okay, this was the questions on the vehicle scrappage policy of the Government of India. What it is? Vehicle, okay, scrappage policy of the Government of India. Why it is primarily being done? This is being done to reduce the pollution from the transport sector. That is the highest carbon dioxide polluter, which is the transportation sector is the highest polluter in the country. So it is being done to minimize the pollution from this sector. Okay, so the answer here is 15 years. Okay, this is about the government vehicles. Okay, so for the private vehicles, okay, the private vehicles that are in commercial use, if a private vehicle is in commercial use, that is also in 15 years, but particularly the private vehicles that is for personal use be 20 years. Understood? For the government vehicles and the private vehicles that are in commercial use, the limited years is 15 years, but for the private vehicles that is in personal use, the answer will be 20 years. Okay, so the here answer is 15 years. Okay, we will go to the next question. Just a minute. Okay, so the next question is, who is known as the father of Odia nationalism? See, the question here is also about the history of the Odisha. Okay, so this is the question that has been shown to you, and you should do the answer now. The father of Odia nationalism. Recently, the father of Odia nationalism. Okay, the father of Odia nationalism. Recently, the personality. Recently, we have celebrated the personality's birthday. Okay, the answer here is Madhusudan Das. Okay, Madhusudan Das on 28th April. Okay, we celebrate the Madhusudan Jayanti just a few days ago. Madhusudan Jayanti. See, Madhusudan Das, the father of Odisha nationalism, and Madhusudan Jayanti is celebrated on 28th April every year. Okay, we will move on to the next question now. So the next question is, butter is a what? See, the options here are, butter is dispersed in milk. Okay, the butter is dispersed in milk, the first option. Fat dispersed in water, water dispersed in fat, and none of these. Will you like to attempt these questions? This is a question that is based on the science part. Okay. Okay. The answer here is, water dispersed in fat. Okay. It is the emulsification of fat. This is known as the emulsification of fat. Okay. The next question, we will go to the next question now. Okay. The next question, clean. Here, see, it is a scientific based question. You have to 20 degrees Celsius is des degree Fahrenheit. That means you have to convert the degree. You have to convert the degree Celsius into degree Fahrenheit. How will you do it? Okay, we can do it through a formula. That is Fahrenheit equal to 9/5 into degree Celsius. Okay, plus 32. So what will be the degree Celsius here? What it has been given? This is 9/5 into 20 plus 32. Okay, the answer will be 180/5 plus 32. Now what it will do? Here it will be 36 plus 32. So the answer will be 68. Okay, the answer is 68. So the answer will be 68. When we convert degree Celsius into degree Fahrenheit, the answer will be 68, and you can do by this formula. Okay, so when we get a question reverse to it, understood? So let's do a question that is reverse to it. You have to turn degree Fahrenheit into degree Celsius. Okay, so what will be the formula? The formula will be degree Celsius is equal to degree Fahrenheit minus 32 into 5/9. Okay, you can just transpose the elements in the previous formula to get this formula. Okay, this is the formula. We will go to the next question now. Okay, the next question is, which among the following is the first Odia daily newspaper? The question is, which of the following is the first Odia newspaper? The first Odia newspaper is Utkal Deepika. The first Odia daily newspaper. Okay, here the question is first Odia daily newspaper. First Odia daily newspaper. Okay, the answer will be Utkal Deepika. The answer will be Utkal Deepika, and it was it was being published in the year 1866, and its chief editor was a famous personality who is the Gauri Shankar Rai. Gauri Shankar Rai. Okay. And what was the primary purpose of this newspaper? It was the Odia unification. Odia unification and Odia culture preservation. Okay. Odia culture preservation. This was the primary purpose of the Utkal Deepika. So let's gather some more information about this question. So the more information will be like what is the first newspaper of the Western Odisha? Okay, this is the whole Odisha, but when we talk about the Western Odisha, it was okay, the first Odia daily newspaper of Western Odisha was what? That is Sambalpur Hitaisini. Hitaisini. Okay. And if we talk about the first Prime Minister of Odisha, who was that? The first Prime Minister of Odisha. And the first Chief Minister of Odisha, Dr. Hare Krishna Mahatab. He was also Chief Editor of a newspaper. What was that? He was the Chief Editor of what? The answer is Prajatantra. See, we are discussing important information alongside this question. Okay, so we have discussed Utkal Deepika. Okay, we have discussed Sambalpur Hitaisini. Okay, now we are discussing the Prajatantra. Prajatantra, published by Dr. Hare Krishna Mahatab. Hare Krishna Mahatab. We have discussed 3 newspapers along this question. Okay, and the Satyavadi. The Satyavadi was being published by Satyavadi, Gopabandhu Das. Gopabandhu Das. See, we have discussed 4 newspapers now. From this question, Utkal Deepika, Sambalpur Hitaisini, the Prajatantra and the Satyavadi. So we have discussed 4 newspapers from this question. Now the next question is, okay, the next question is, which international adjudication forum recently issued arrest warrant against Vladimir Putin over Ukraine war crimes? Okay, Ukraine war crimes against just a moment please. Just a moment. I will take a note on this. Okay, here the question is about Vladimir Putin. He is the president of Russia and he was recently issued arrest warrant against whom? Vladimir Putin over the Ukraine war crimes. Which organization? This is International Criminal Court. Okay, the answer is International Criminal Court. Okay. Just a moment, I got some problem here. Just a moment. Okay, let's see the. Okay, so we are back now. So Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, okay, he was facing charges on war crimes against Ukraine. Okay, this was by the International Criminal Court, and the International Criminal Court, and there is other court, that is the International Court of Justice. What is this? The International Court of Justice. This court and the International Criminal Court. What is the difference between these two courts? Okay, the difference between these two courts is these institutions frame charges on individuals and these institutions frame charges on organization and important bodies. Understood? This is International Court of Justice. This is International Criminal Court. So these are two organizations, two different organizations. Okay, and these two different organizations has different roles in the world. Okay, in maintaining the world order. International Criminal Court, it frames charges on individuals, and International Court of Justice frames charges on organizations and countries or bodies. So we'll go to the next question now. Okay, the next question is, which Portuguese introduced the blue water policy in India? Which Portuguese introduced the blue water policy in India? See, the blue water policy was introduced by whom? Alfonso de Albuquerque. Okay, he was the Portuguese commander who was given the charge to create dominance around the Indian seas by the Portuguese king. Okay, he was the commander of the naval forces of Portuguese. And regarding this, we shall discuss some three important personalities from the British history. That is Lord Dalhousie. Lord Cornwallis. Okay, Lord Cornwallis was responsible for what? He was the propagator of Jamindari system. Okay, he was the propagator of Jamindari system during the British period. So here we got the answer, Alfonso de Albuquerque, who propagated the blue water policy in India. Okay, and the Lord Cornwallis, he was responsible for the propagation of Jamindari system in the country. Okay, and Lord Hastings has been responsible for the propagation of Mahalwari system. What? Mahalwari system. Okay, and the next is Thomas Munro. Thomas Munro. He was also a British captain, and he is responsible for the propagation of what? Ryotwari system. Ryotwari system. Propagation of Ryotwari system. Okay, so from this question we have discussed three more things, that is the Jamindari system, the Mahalwari system and the Ryotwari system. Okay, Jamindari system was done by Lord Cornwallis, Mahalwari system was done by Lord Hastings, and Ryotwari system was propagated by Thomas Munro. We will go to the next question now. 13th question. The first successful nuclear bomb test. It is a very important question regarding science and tech development in the country. Okay, so the first successful, sorry, I am forgetting to, okay, the first successful nuclear bomb test, conducted by India in 1974. Which is this? The answer is Smiling Buddha. In the year 1974. Okay, in the year 1974 the first successful nuclear bomb test was conducted by India, and the second was, which is the second one here among these, which is the second one? This is the second one. This was conducted in 1998. This was conducted during Indira Gandhi period, and this was conducted during the Vajpayee sir's period. So we will move on to the next question. So you got it. This is the first test. This was the second test. Okay. This was done during the Prime Ministership of Indira Gandhi, and this is done during the Prime Ministership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The next question is, which article of the Indian Constitution empowers the High Courts to issue directions for the enforcement of fundamental rights? Sorry, the enforcement of fundamental rights. Fundamental rights. Which article? Which article of the Indian Constitution empowers the High Courts to issue directions for the enforcement of the fundamental rights? The answer here is 226. Okay, and for the Supreme Court, it is Article 32. Got it now? For High Court it is 226, and for Supreme Court it is Article 32. We will go to the next question now. Okay, the next question is, which is the largest district of Odisha by area? Come on, answer this question. Which is the largest district? Which is the largest district? Koraput. Okay, Koraput is the largest district. And the smallest one? Smaller district in Odisha? Which is the smallest district in Odisha? Largest is the Koraput, and the smallest one is Jagatsinghpur. Okay, Jagatsinghpur is the smallest district in Odisha, and the largest district of Odisha is Koraput. So we will get some extra information now. Okay, now the extra information is, that is on Koraput. Okay, that is GIAHS. What is this? Globally important. Globally important agricultural heritage system. Okay, this heritage system is fundamentally driven by whom? This is driven by the Food and Agriculture Organization. Okay, this information is related to the Koraput. Okay, and the agricultural system of Koraput is one of them, that is primitive as well as scientific and also a heritage, that is a heritage system, and 3 more. Okay, see, Koraput is one of them. Koraput is one of the heritage system. Okay, Koraput is one of the heritage system. The others are, okay, the Kuttanad, you know, the Kuttanad, this is in Kerala. Hala, the agricultural system of Kuttanad. Okay, next the Sundarban, you know, this is a low lying area or a mangrove area, so the agricultural system here is a little bit different, unique, and hence it is been awarded the GIHS award, that is the Sundarban. Okay, this is the heritage system. And the third is Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh. Okay, there are 3 GIHS sites. Okay, and the 4th one is Koraput. So we have 4 GIHS sites. We have 4 GIHS sites. One of them is Koraput, that is in Odisha. So this is a unique fact or information about the Koraput. Okay, so we will move on to the next question now. Next question is, which article of the Indian Constitution? Okay, so next question is about the polity. Which article of the Indian Constitution lays down that the state shall endeavor to secure for the citizens a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India? Okay, so this is about the UCC. Sorry, UCC, that is Uniform Civil Code. Okay, which article is related to the Uniform Civil Code? That is the Article 44. Okay, and which country, which state? Okay, Article 44 adjudicates for the Uniform Civil Code in the country. Okay, Article 44 adjudicates the Uniform Civil Code in the country, but which is the one of the first states to admire the Uniform Civil Code? Okay, that was established by whom? The Portuguese. Okay, the Portuguese established Uniform Civil Code in Goa since their rule. You know, Portuguese were ruling over Goa. Yes, since then the Uniform Civil Code is applied in Goa, and in recent news, Uttarakhand also has drafted its Uniform Civil Code. Okay, so these are related information about the Uniform Civil Code, Article 44, the Goa, since Portuguese were ruling over Goa, and the Uttarakhand in the recent past. So next question is, which song from the movie RRR won the best original song at the Oscar 2023? So these type of, you have to remember some few information regarding these Oscar awards and the Grammy awards or these type of awards or Sahitya Academy awards. Okay, you need to collect some information about the Sahitya Academy awards and see the Odisha literature and Odisha poets or writers who have been awarded, and you have to, and the answer you know here is Natu Natu. Okay, the answer here is Natu Natu. Okay, got it now? So we will move on to the next question now. And the next question will be, Ozempic. Okay, Ozempic, which was seen in the news. Ozempic, which was seen in the news, used to treat which disease? Ozempic, which is seen in news, is used to treat which disease? This is, the answer here is diabetes. Okay, the answer is diabetes. So this is a scientific term that was in news during the exam and it has been put here. Okay, we will go on to the next question. Next question is, okay, the Reserve Bank of India recently signed MOU with which country's central bank to promote innovation in the financial products? Okay, which country's bank has signed an MOU with Reserve Bank of India to promote innovation in the financial products? Innovation in the financial products. So the answer here is UAE. Okay, so you know that rupee swap agreements, currency swap agreements, this is known as the currency swap agreements. Okay, so India has currency swap agreements with many countries, but to promote innovation in the financial products, in the recent past RBI has signed a memorandum of understanding, that is MOU, with UAE, United Arab Emirates. Okay, so we will go on to the next question now. The next question is Caracas. Caracas is the capital of which country? Caracas is the capital of which country? Caracas is the capital of Venezuela. Okay, the answer. And you need to remember some of the important capitals of the important countries. Okay. Now we will go on to the next question now. The next question is, in which state in Odia language the second official language? Okay, this is the question is in which state. This is asking about which state of India Odia language is the second official language. See, Odia language is the official language in Odisha, but there is another state which has Odia as its second official language. Odia as its second official language, and the answer is Jharkhand. Okay, so let me tell you now, the Hindi is the official language. Okay, Hindi is the official language of India. Hindi alongside English. Okay, Hindi alongside English is the official language of India. But there is another country which has Hindi as its second official language. Okay, since 1997, its constitution, the country's constitution provided 3 official languages for the country, and one of them is Hindi. Can you guess the country? The country is Fiji. Okay, people here speak a different way of Hindi, but it's naturally it is derived from Hindi, but a little bit different. Some changes, that is called the Fijian Hindi, or it is called Fijian Hindi. Okay, it has 3 official languages. One of them is Fijian Hindi, and also Singapore also has some courses, optional courses on Hindi language in Singapore. Okay, so this is important. Alongside the question, this is also an additional information for your exam. We will move on to the next question now. Okay, the next question. Which was the first talkie feature film of India? Which was the first talkie feature film of India? Which is the first talkie feature film of India? Which one of this is the answer? Alamara. Okay, the answer is Alamara. Okay, and in which year it was cinemized? It was in 1931. Okay, in 1931 Alamara was released. And but Raja Harishchandra, this is the first full length feature film. Okay, this is the first full length feature film, but this is the first full length talkie feature film. Understood? This is the talkie one, this is soundless. and this was directed by Dadasaheb Phalke. Okay, this movie was directed by Dadasaheb Phalke. So you know the Dadasaheb Phalke award? Okay, Dadasaheb Phalke, the famous award that is being institutionalized in the film industry of India, that is the Dadasaheb Phalke award. Okay, this movie Raja Harishchandra was directed by Dadasaheb Phalke. So this is an additional information. So we will go to the next question. So let me write. This was the Dadasaheb Phalke, and this is the first talkie feature film. This is the answer actually. Okay, this is the answer, and this is the first full length feature film. So the 90th, okay, 90th anniversary of Odia movie industry. We have celebrated the 90th anniversary of the Odia film industry, and which was the first Odia film? That is the Sita Vivaha. Sita Vivaha in the year 1936. So we have completed 90 years. And which was the first Odia movie that was based on a novel? Okay, the first Odia movie is Sita Vivaha. Okay, but the Odia movie, first Odia movie that is based on a novel. Which one is it? Okay, the first Odia movie based on a novel is Matira Moniso. Matira Moniso. Okay, Matira Moniso is the first feature film that is based on a novel, and the novel Matira Moniso was written by whom? It is written by Kalindi Charan Panigrahi. Okay, this is written by Kalindi Charan Panigrahi. What is the novel? Matira Moniso. Okay, we will go to the next question now. Train. Okay, the next question is, when too much money chasing too few goods, the situation is when too much money is chasing too few goods. The answer is inflation. Okay, the answer is inflation. Okay, inflation is the price rise in economy. Okay, when the price rises, this is called inflation, and when the price decreases, this is called deflation. Okay, and when the growth rate decreases for continuous years, this is called recession. And stagflation, that is the stagnant mode of an economy where the inflation rises and the unemployment increases. Understood? And there is another term called shrink inflation. This is in news. Okay, the term shrink inflation, SHRINK, shrink inflation. The term shrink inflation was in news. What do you mean by shrink inflation? You might have noticed that the all the products during the COVID, they decreased their size. Okay, so when Surf Excel, let's suppose the Surf Excel, Okay, the 100-gram packet which was cost 10 rupees. Okay, the Surf Excel packet which used to cost 10 rupees, the price remained the same, that is 10 rupees, but the amount, the volume that has been packaged inside it is now 90 gram. See, so this is a psychological way to keep their customers. Okay, so when the price remains the same, but the packaged product size or volume decreases, that is shrinkflation. Okay, so we have additional informations here. Next question now. Okay, the next question is, which state's governor returned the prohibition of online gambling bill passed by the state cabinet? This is Tamil Nadu. Okay, Tamil Nadu. Next question. The next question is, which ministry implements the Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana? What is this? Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana. Which ministry implements the Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana? This is under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Okay, this is under the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. So don't get confused on these type of questions. Okay. The next question is, who was the founder of yoga philosophy? Was the founder of yoga philosophy? Tell me, who is the founder of yoga philosophy? The founder of yoga philosophy is Patanjali. Okay, we are very much acquainted with these type of questions, so you can do these type of questions easily. Okay, next question. The ancient University of Odisha Pushpagiri. Okay, the ancient University of Odisha Pushpagiri. Pushpagiri was located in which district of Odisha? Pushpagiri, the ancient University of Odisha. So let me tell you, the Pushpagiri University was also mentioned in the Huensang's travel logs. You know Huensang? Huensang is he was the Chinese Buddhist traveler who visited Odisha during this period. Okay, and he mentioned many of the Buddhist sites, and one of them was the Pushpagiri University. Okay, the answer is Jajpur. You should remember that Huensang mentioned these university in his travel logs. So we will go to the next question now. The next question is, which among the following is the negated with the help of insurance? Okay, this is the easy one, and the answer is risk. Risk is negated with the help of insurance. What type of risk? Health risk. Okay, types of health risk. Next question. The next question is, when was Odisha made into a separate province? When was Odisha made into a separate province by the Britishers? Okay. When was Odisha made a separate province by the Britishers? When was Odisha made a separate province by the Britishers? And we all know, and it is also known as the Utkal Divas, and it is 1st April 1936. And earlier we have studied about the Madhusudan Jayanti in the previous questions. Okay, Madhusudan Jayanti, that is April 28. Okay, Utkal Divas and Madhusudan Jayanti Divas. We'll go to the next question now. The next question is, which district has the lowest population in according to the Odisha, according to the census 2011? This is the question is about the census 2011. Which district has the lowest population? Which district has the lowest population? The district is Devgarh. Okay, this is also known as the district of waterfalls. So you have lots of waterfalls there, picnic spots and other natural beauty. So this this place is known as the place of waterfalls. So the next question. Okay, the next question is, what is the common name for washing soda? The common name of washing soda, it is sodium carbonate. Okay, and the washing soda, okay, sodium carbonate, and baking soda, it is bicarbonate. This is baking soda. Baking soda. Okay, the common name for sodium carbonate, okay, the common name of sodium carbonate is washing soda. Okay, and the common name for baking soda is calcium bicarbonate. Okay, so the next question is, we will go to the next question now. Okay, the power to decide an election petition. Okay, the power to decide the election petition is invested in the. So this is a very confusing question, and it is related to the polity. Okay, Indian polity. The power to decide an election petition is vested in the what? It is vested in high courts. Okay, the right answer here is high courts. You are getting me? Okay, we will go to the next question now. The next question is, okay, the next question is, made from a variety of materials. Made from a variety of materials such as carbon, what inhibits the flow of current? What inhibits the flow of current? What do you mean by inhibits? Inhibits means checks the flow of current. The checks, which one it checks the flow of current? Which one of these checks the flow of current? Which one of these checks the flow of current? This is resistor. Okay. The answer is resistor. Okay. The next question. Okay, the next question is, which schedule of the Constitution of India incorporates, which schedule of the Constitution of India incorporates the provisions regarding anti-defection? You know anti-defection? Okay, anti-defection of MLA and MPs. Okay, this is about the anti-defection of MLAs and MPs. Okay, so the answer here is 10th schedule. Okay, this was incorporated, this was inserted into the Constitution of India through the 52nd Amendment Act 1985. Okay, this is the administration of SC and ST areas. Okay, this is for the administration of ST and SC area. This is okay. This is ST and SC areas. This is the official languages. Okay, official languages. This is the anti-defection. Okay. Okay, and this is the administration of what? This is the SC and ST areas in the country. This is Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. The tribal areas of Assam, Meghalaya Tripura and Mizoram. You can remember it by AMTM. Okay, the tribal regions of AMTM are governed by a 6th schedule. Okay, and all the other SC and ST regions in the country are governed by the 5th schedule. Okay, the 8th schedule is related to the official languages. Okay, and 10th schedule is the answer here is anti-defection. Okay, clear? We will go to the next question now. Okay, the next question is, who is known as the Indian Bismarck? Okay, it's a question that is related to history, and who is known as the Indian Bismarck? Okay, the question is, who is known as the Indian Bismarck? Who was Bismarck? Who was Bismarck? Bismarck was the Prime Minister of Germany before Hitler, and he was a historical figure. Before Hitler's reign into Germany, Bismarck was the most important figure in Germany, and here the answer is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. How did the title Sardar, who gave the title Sardar to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel? Do you have any idea about it? Okay, he got this from the 1928 Bardoli Satyagraha in Gujarat. Bardoli Satyagraha. Okay, through the Bardoli Satyagraha in Gujarat in 1928, people admired his actions. Okay, people admire his actions and leadership and gave him the title of Sardar through the 1928 Bardoli Satyagraha. And so let's discuss who gave the title Mahatma to Gandhi. Who gave the title Mahatma to Gandhi? Okay, this was given by Rabindranath Tagore. He was the first to call Gandhi Mahatma. Rabindranath Tagore in the year 1915. Okay, so clear? Here are some additional information. Okay, Lal Bahadur Shastri. Okay, he got this title Shastri from the in 1926 from Varanasi Vidyapith. Varanasi Vidyapith. Okay, and she is known as the Iron Lady of India. You know about it. Okay, so we will go on to the next question now. Okay, next question is, what was the strength of the bench of Supreme Court? What was the strength of the bench of the Supreme Court which declared the triple talaq to be unconstitutional? The answer is 7. Okay, we will go on to the next question. So the question is, the unit of quantity taken from Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? The unit of quantity is taken from the Ohm's law. This is resistance and unit is ohm. Ohms, okay, and this is ampere. Ampere. The unit of electric current is ampere, and this potential difference, okay, is volt. The unit of potential difference is volt. Okay, and the unit of electric capacitance is farad. You know Michael Farad? Farad. Okay. This is ampere, this is ohms, this is volt, and this is farad. Okay, clear? We will go to the next question. Okay, Bimbisara was the founder of which of the following dynasties? Bimbisara, please don't confuse it with Bindusara. Okay, Bindusara belongs to Maurya dynasty. He was the father of Ashoka. And here the question is about Bimbisara. Who was the founder of which dynasty? He was the founder of which dynasty? Okay. The answer is Haryanka dynasty. Maurya dynasty Chandragupta Maurya. Shunga dynasty, Pushyamitra Shunga. Okay. Maurya dynasty, Chandragupta Maurya. Shunga dynasty, Pushyamitra Shunga. Haryanka Bimbisara. Okay. Got it? These are some additional information for your exam. So it will help you in the exams. Okay. So the next question is, which poet is known as Kavi Samrat? Tell me. This is a very important question regarding the Odisha literature. So who is known as the Kavi Samrat? Sorry. Who is known as the Kavi Samrat? Okay. So who is known as Kavi Samrat? Answer this question. Who is known as Kavi Samrat? Who is known as Kavi Samrat? Answer is Upendra Bhanja. Okay. And Gopabandhu Das, Utkala Mani. You can note this, and we shall discuss some other informations like who is known as the Adi Kavi. Adi Kavi. Who is known as the Adi Kavi? Who is known as Adi Kavi? Adi Kavi is Sarala Das. Sarala Das. Okay. And the next question. One is gone, that is Adi Kavi. And who is known as the father of Odia modern literature? Who is known as the father of Odia modern literature? Okay, this is Fakir Mohan Senapati. We have no option here, so this is Fakir Mohan Senapati. Okay, Fakir Mohan Senapati is known as the father of Odia modern literature. Okay, the next is Kavi Samrat. We have discussed about it. Kavi Surya. Kavi Surya. Kavi Surya. Who is known as the Kavi Surya? Baladev Ratha. Okay, Baladev Ratha is known as the Kavi Surya. And who is known as the Swabhava Kavi? Swabhava Kavi. Swabhava Kavi. Who is known as the Swabhava Kavi? This is Gangadhar Meher. Gangadhar Meher. He is also known as Gangadhar Meher is also known as the Wordsworth of India. Okay, the Wordsworth of Odisha. Sorry, Wordsworth of Odisha. You know William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth, one of the famous English poet. Wordsworth. Okay, he is a famous English poet, William Wordsworth. He is a very renowned poet in English literature, and he is Gangadhar Meher is known as the Wordsworth of Odisha. Okay. So the next one is Sabuja Kavi. We have discussed earlier Sabuja Kavi. Sabuja Kavi. Who is known as the Sabuja Kavi? Kalindi Charan Patnaik. Kalindi Charan. Okay, sorry, Kalindi Charan Panigrahi. And they were a group of poets who were influenced by the Bengali literature. What is that? Sabuja Patra. Sabuja Patra. Okay, Sabuja Patra means, okay, Sabuja Patra was it was developed by Rabindranath Tagore. They were influenced by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore. Okay, they were influenced by these Sabuja Kabi, Kalindi Charan Patnaik. They were a group of poets in Odia literature, and they were influenced by Rabindranath Tagore. Okay, so the next is, okay, so the next will be Kabi Bara. Who is known as the Kabi Bara? Okay, Kabi Bara, Radhanath Rai. Radhanath Rai. Radhanath Rai is known as, he was given the title of Kabi Bara. Okay, who is known as the Bhakta Kavi? Bhakta Kavi. Who is known as Bhakta Kavi? It was Madhusudan Rao. Madhusudan Rao. He is known as Bhakta Kavi, and Kavi Bara Radhanath Rai. So again, the experimental poet. Who is known as the experimental poet? Experimental poet in Odia literature. Experimental poet, that is known as the Prayogavadi. Prayogavadi Kavi. Who is known as? This is a very important question. Prayogavadi Kavi. This is Mayadhar Mansingh. Mayadhar Mansingh. Okay, he is known as the experimental poet in Odia literature. This is Mayadhar Mansingh. Okay, the next question is Jana Kavi. Who is known as Jana Kavi? Jana Kavi, people's poet. This is Sachi Raut Rai. Okay, people's poet, Jana Kavi. He is known as Suchi Raut Rai. Okay, next Jatiya Kavi. Jatiya Kavi. Who is known as Jatiya Kavi? This is Birakishore Das. Okay, Jatiya Kavi. Jana Kavi Suchi Raut Rai, and Jatiya Kavi Birakishore Das. Okay. The next is Gana Kavi. Gana Kavi. Who is known as the Gana Kavi? Gana Kavi? Vaishnav Pani. Vaishnav Pani is known as the Gana Kavi in Odisha. Okay. The next is very important. Who is known as the Sahitya Samrat? Who is known as the Sahitya Samrat? Who is known as the Sahitya Samrat? King of Odia literature. King of Odia literature. Who is known as the king of Odia literature? This is Godavarisha Mishra. Godavarisha Mishra. He is known as the king of Odia literature. And who is known as the next one, the last one, I guess. This is the Palli Kavi. He used to write a lot something about the village. His poems, his prose were mainly dedicated to what? The village life. Okay, the village life, the social, economical things of village. Okay, he is known as the Palli Kavi. Who is known as the Palli Kavi? Poet of the countryside. Nandakishore Bala. Nandakishore Bala is known as the Palli Kavi. Okay, so we have discussed a lot of titles in the Odia literature. Okay, around 15 titles we have discussed about the Odia literature. Okay, so and the Kavi Samrat here is Upendra Bhanja. Okay, so next. Okay, this is the last question. What is the new name of Rajpath? New name of Rajpath. What is the new name of Rajpath? Okay, the answer is Kartavya Path. Okay, the answer is Kartavya Path. Kartavya Path is the new name of Rajpath. Okay, so this was King's Way. This was designated as King's Way. Okay, and in the recent past it has been changed to the path of duty. What it is? The path of duty. Okay, so we have discussed the GS sections, 40 questions that were put into the GS paper of the ASO High Court and ASO High Court and 2023 PYQ. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss some more 40. We will discuss about 40 questions in the same manner and with some additional information that will help you in the exam. Okay, so better you should. I think you have noted all these additional informations that have been additionally provided to you during the discussion session, and it will help you in the exams. Okay, thank you. चलते हो सकती कितने बजे 8:11